Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savell.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
Mr. Mark.
Hi, Joey.
How's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm excited for this one, man.
You've been antsing to get this one.
Secretly, I think this is the reason why I really wanted the podcast, is just to vent about this very important topic. Should we right off the hop let the people know what we're talking about?
Absolutely.
I'm going to do it with a riddle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know the answer, but act surprised.
Okay.
Guess it. So, what's the one thing that affects everybody, rich or poor, any ethnicity, any background? What affects everybody living in the city?
I don't know, Mark.
Think about it. Ponder.
Okay.
Hey, you want a coffee?
Hold on.
Maybe
Yes.
yes. Maybe the answers are at
Here
the
we
bottom
go.
of this espresso. Pinkies up. Cheers.
Pinkies up. That's very good.
That is good. Damn.
An idea just sparked.
Oh, what is it?
Is it by any chance traffic?
Bingo! We're talking about traffic today. The bane of, I think, everyone's existence and the key to productivity in a city that so desperately needs efficiencies. We're talking about traffic.
Yes, we are.
But let's maybe recap. How you been?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, good. Been a little bit busy, but also had a celebration happen recently.
Oh, what are we celebrating?
We celebrated an anniversary.
For?
Me and Molly.
Oh,
Yeah.
How many beautiful years?
We're on 8. 8 years.
You guys are the perfect couple. Wow. I mean, me and my wife are the perfect couple. I got to say that. Legally, I'm bound to say that because I'm married. But you guys truly are. Like, you guys look so happy together. And we witnessed it this week. We knew you came out to a friend of the show, Renee Elliott Carpenter. It's her full name.
Yep.
Universally known stager extraordinaire. Had a warehouse sale.
Yes.
And you and Molly came. And like 2 people came up to me and like, Joey and his girlfriend look so happy. And I'm like, they really are, man. They really are. But enough about you. Tell me what happened. What'd you guys do?
Well, we went out to Madrina.
Ooh, Madrina. Sounds exotic.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. And expensive?
Yeah.
Sounds it.
It was tapas.
Okay.
Which I've never done before. It's a good time. It's hard to continue ordering.
Okay.
Because they just come out in little 2-piece pieces.
I feel like you would have a problem with that because you'd be like when we talked about Mars Diner, like,
The complete opposite.
I could just see you with a little plate like Molly, like you guys stop at Mickey D's on the way home. But it's funny, after like 4 or 5 of those little plates, you're like, I'm kind of full.
Yeah, because you realize that you don't need all the food. So like Mars Diner, I could get away with the 2 eggs.
Yeah.
You know?
Like most people.
It's just I eat very quick. You know?
Okay.
So I really paced myself at this tapas place.
Okay.
I made sure I like chewed, conversed before I took my next bite.
Beautiful.
Things I don't usually do. You know? Usually if I'm at a table eating, I don't look up at you until I'm done.
Yeah. Young grasshopper, I was in your shoes, and then acid reflux happened, and you'll be changing a lot of your food attributes once that kicks in. You're still young, 31.
Yeah.
Got some time. Enjoy it. It sucks. 30 gold. Did you guys anything after that?
We got a plan.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah, we got a plan. We're heading to. We're going to be heading to. So the work that I did at my cousin's cottage.
Yeah.
He's promised us a weekend up there.
Amazing.
So we've decided to use that as a celebratory.
Well, congratulations.
Weekend.
That's amazing. I wish I would have known, and I would have got you something. Sorry about that, man. I'll get you Timmy's espresso or something. I'm sure she'll love that. And Molly's like she's you got really good energy, but like she equally brings this something about her.
Yeah.
You're lucky people.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found each other.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. I guess on the same vein of love, I want to give a special shout out to a good friend of the show, Jason Modio, who hates 2-for-1 pizza.
Yep.
Loyal listener. He was asking about your Mars Diner last week.
Yeah, he actually messaged me. Yeah.
He missed the whole Olivia Chow part. He's like, I didn't listen to that. Okay. But him and his lovely fiance will soon be husband and wife in a matter of hours.
I know. You're going to that wedding?
I'm definitely going to that wedding.
Yeah.
If we get this podcast done in time, I'm getting the party started early. Yeah. So big shout out to them.
Congrats.
I'm going to put their dirty laundry on the air. Screw it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not dirty. It's beautiful. Their laundry is beautiful. They got engaged right before COVID. And the man pulled out all the big stops.
Oh.
He proposed to her, so she loves Eros Ramazzotti.
Okay.
Familiar with him?
No.
He's like an Italian Elvis.
Oh, okay.
And so he had his concert here, and he was, I think, first or second row, and he proposed to her at the concert and like on the Jumbotron.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Romantico. Yeah. So obviously COVID was a big thorn in everyone's side, but he was able to do it. Like he proposed to her and COVID was next week.
Oh,
so like he
made it in.
Yeah. It was really good. And like, I hope they're not mad at me saying this, but like, this is a good story because in the morning he was just playing music, and I guess she thought it was like breakup music. So she's like, oh my God, this is my boyfriend breaking up with me. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, he was proposing to her. So another beautiful couple. Really happy to see them get married. Wishing you guys nothing but the best. And we're going to party tonight.
Yeah, we are. Oh, no.
I am.
You
I don't
are.
know about
Well,
you.
I have a bachelor party I'm going to.
Oh, you're partying. High
so-
five.
It's a night tonight.
So if you're thinking of reaching out to us, make it after 1 p.m. tomorrow because we will not be ready in the morning. That's a promise. No, it's good, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
We started this episode with love. We're going to get into a little bit of hate with traffic in a bit, but that's all right.
That's it. Yeah, we got to start the positive. Start with positive.
Yeah. Well, actually, on that note, then, I want to add something else because I have a very special PSA, public service announcement.
All right.
Did you see it in the show notes?
No. Oh, yeah, I did
Were
actually.
you worried? You should be.
What's happening?
All right. Well, as you know, this podcast is by the people and for the people. Well, me and you are the people, and the 50 listeners are the other people. But this week at that samples at the Renee Creative Warehouse sale, it came to my attention that that the name Joy was the Swan isn't well received by the women in our lives, and we're including Renee because she's a accessory in our lives. They don't like Joy the Swan.
That was the word.
That was the word.
A word amongst the table.
And I'm like, why? It's so glorious. It's so descriptive of your gentle nature and beautiful skin. So Renee thinks Juicy J is a better name.
Hey, listen, Juicy J is all right with me.
And the girls liked it too. My wife was like, I like Juicy J better than Swan. And Molly said the same. So I'm like, who am I to tell you to be Swan? So I'm setting you free, Joy the Swan.
All right.
You're free to be Juicy J.
I'm officially Juicy J now.
Not officially. I'm going to make it official.
Hold on. What's happening? Oh, Jesus, there's a prop.
There's a prop. By the power invested in me, I now deem you Juicy J. So for you,
It's got the Toronto Living sticker on it.
for you not watching at home, I've just presented Juicy J with a 1 liter Santal pear juice.
This is incredible.
Enjoy it, big guy.
I'm putting this right on my mantle.
You deserved it. You are now Juicy J from this moment forward. The shark must swim by himself.
This is
The swan is no more. Juicy J is here to stay. So,
I love every second of this.
yeah, I had to wake up early to go find juice. I wanted to get you a little juice box. I'm like, this is Joey I'm buying for. What's a juice box going to do for him? I had to get him a liter of.
Actually, this is going to come in handy tomorrow.
Yeah. Milk thistle.
Yeah. Milk thistle. Yeah.
Inside joke. All right, very quickly. The only other thing I did this week that was pretty cool, worth mentioning, is I went to Hengqin in support of Alex and Will's limited edition Shake fries.
Oh, those! I saw the Instagram. It looked crazy.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. I think they're like scallion. I don't know.
Scallion
flavored. Yeah.
Okay.
But like powder on top. So you basically put the fries in a bag, give it a shaky.
What a cool experience. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a really good story behind it that I missed it. I showed up late for that. I had a key exchange. But shout outs to Alex and Will and Hengqin. Dude, we got to go there. That to me is one of the greatest spots in the city for Chinese food.
Okay.
Like legit.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
I'm so game. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember last week's rumor of Drake Towers?
Yeah, I do.
Rumor has it Drake orders from there late night.
All right. We're going to only go where Drake goes from now on.
Don't we always? Isn't that why I'm braiding my hair after this episode? I want that full Drake experience, baby. Probably not going to do that. All right. Well, for me, I had a pretty slow week. It's kind of like the dog days of summer, just catching up, working on some things behind the scene, giving you a new name, the fun stuff. What'd you get up to?
So this week, another lease locked in.
Yeah, buddy.
Did a penthouse at Picasso, actually.
All right.
Penthouse
I like
unit.
that building.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a really nice spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Good location.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful views. It has a tree up there as well.
Does it?
Yeah. Right off the balcony.
Really now?
Yeah.
On the balcony there's a tree?
Yeah. Well, there's the balcony and then it's sitting just to the side of it. And I literally was like, who takes care of this tree?
Who does?
Is it common?
Common element?
Common element? Or does the owner take care of it? Or the tenants, I guess.
Did you get an answer?
No.
Wow.
So we're going to figure that out.
All right. The mystery. Let's open the case. Who cares for this tree? That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like greenery and birds.
Yeah.
You know, I like my birds.
Yeah, that I do.
I was golfing last week with my buddy Anthony, and there was a beautiful peregrine falcon, this beautiful bird. And I saw it swoop into the tree. So I said, Anth, I'm going to take you so close to nature right now. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about, man? So we drove into this like bush, and he's like, what are you doing in here? And I'm like, look up. And out of nowhere, he's like, the beautiful falcon took off. I'm like, look, man. He's like, dude, it's going to gouge our eyes. Let's get out of here. Like, you don't appreciate it. No one does. Anyhow, let's get into it, man. Let's just get dirty.
All right.
Traffic.
Rolling up the hands.
Yeah.
Rolling up the sleeves. Sorry.
Yeah, because I hate it.
I know. Yeah, it's brutal. Hey, I did a couple years driving from Bolton to East End.
And what were the numbers on that? How long were you sitting in traffic?
It was a 2-hour commute. 2-hour commute. I could have drove north and hit it cottage country like
Muskoka-ish.
Twice in a row. Yeah.
That is insane a world.
Yeah, river brake lights every morning.
You know, the only thing crazier than that is no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I know. There's really not many plans for it.
And not just here. Like you look at LA, like some of the major cities in Brazil, New York. It's just like, yeah, traffic is just part of life.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Let's tackle this problem. I got some answers. At least for the Toronto level, I think.
Yeah.
And this is what kind of like got me a little bit upset with the whole mayoral debacle that just went down. Is like no one really talked about it. Again, Brad Bradford briefly touched upon it. I don't know if he had any real solutions, but at least it was on his agenda of things. Olivia really didn't touch it at all.
No, she talked about TTC safety.
Yeah, which is important, of course, very important, but that doesn't help us get around the city any better.
No.
So it's almost like you're dealing with the symptom of it, but not the real root problem.
Yeah.
So I've got a few theories and put my tin hat on here as to why this city's gotten so bad, because a lot of people say like, oh, it's the after COVID effect. No, it ain't. It's always been bad. It's gotten progressively worse after COVID. And there might be the theory that more people picked up cars during COVID because public transit wasn't running. Valid. Mm-hmm. But you want to know what I think the real root problem of this is?
Let's hear it.
Uber.
Well,
not just Uber, but
no, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. I spend a lot of time sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
And when I'm not trying to meditate to keep my blood pressure down, I'm looking around at the other cars and I'm like constantly encircled by empty Uber cars.
Yeah.
So if we take it back a bit, remember the old yellow taxi days or orange taxis we had up here?
Yep.
There was these things called medallions, and there was a limit as to how many people could actually operate a taxi.
Right.
Which was good in many ways because it controlled how many cars were on the road per se.
Yeah.
Well, Uber came in and just kind of smashed that. And those medallions, you know how much they were worth a taxi license?
Yeah, no, that was a huge argument point for when Uber came in.
Take a guess at what one of those would go for. One license. Throw a number at me.
I don't know, maybe $1,000.
Maybe $1,000? $300K.
Oh, are you serious?
I am very serious because I talked to many cab drivers in my drunken days. And I was like so curious. I'm like, oh, do you own the car? Like, no, someone has a license. I'm just a driver of this person's license and I pay him a bit. There's a whole thing about it. So these things, I feel terrible for these people who had their value in their licenses and then we're told, well, Uber's here.
It's done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that expensive.
Yeah. And like on Eglinton West, we had like the fake Uber before Uber was even a thing. And it was guys who would just sit in front of the no frills. And if an old lady needed to drive home, like give me $5 to drive you home. Mm-hmm. And that was highly illegal. If you got cracked down on that, you'd have to pay a hefty fee.
Right.
Hello, this is Uber now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right. And so like there's a place for Uber, and I'm not saying Uber in its entirety. Let's just call it ride sharing, not just Uber, because it's all of that. There's a place for that. There's definitely a way that the cities do need this. But I think there needs to be a better conversation of how many cars we're letting on the road to operate under Uber.
That's fair.
Right?
It is fair. Do I fear that Uber prices will go up if we limit them more and more? Probably. But I mean, at the same time, the less there are, the more it actually is a useful tool to use.
Yeah, I think there just needs to be a study on like, what is that comfortable balance? And I know it's not an exact science, and maybe you can't assign like, 300 cars only for Uber, but it started with Uber just replacing taxis. Now Uber's deliveries. I was at Italy yesterday.
Yeah.
Ubers were picking up, I don't know if Ubers, but I think it was like Instacart.
Every restaurant or Instacart. Yeah.
No, they were doing the grocery shopping.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm with my wife. I'm like, people do this? This is a job? What? I was crazy. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is all this extra marketplace that Uber and these ride sharing have brought in have increased the amount of cars on the road.
Agreed. Yeah.
And the key to getting the city moving is flow. So naturally, when you add all those extra cars, you're blocking up your clock. This is like 6 eggs at Moore's Diner. Yeah. You're clogging those arteries there, bud. We got to open her up a little.
Tying it all back.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I didn't take a shot. I'm a bad eater too. But the analogy is the same. Like the arteries are clogged and it's hard for traffic to flow.
Yeah. When
traffic can't flow, you've got angry people.
Yes.
Angry people do stupid things on subways, right? I'm just making a bigger deal of this, but I really think there needs to be more emphasis on getting a better flow of traffic. And that just doesn't mean cars on the road. That means bikes and sharing and everything else. But we really need to take a closer look at Uber because that is...
totally agree with you. That's you're surrounded by Uber. Yeah, all ride sharing. Uber, the delivery driving is as I think what I notice the most.
Yep.
More than ride sharing. I see delivery drivers all the time, whether they be on bikes or in cars. And that's another thing too, is I guess, yeah. So, okay. So the problem is, or one of the problems are these delivery drivers.
The unregulated allowability of these businesses to operate is my problem.
Yeah.
There needs to be some form of limits or some like science behind how many we put on the road.
Yeah.
Because do we have like 50 million more delivery drivers ready to go that aren't necessary?
Right.
I don't know because no study's been done on this. But to go from a regulated taxi service industry to say, actually everyone and anyone could be an Uber driver,
right,
or ride sharing or whatever you want to call it, we should probably look at that.
So do we suggest that we, let's say, for instance, do we tax our way through this? Do we say that it's going to cost you extra to do it, so it makes it less viable for a lot of people?
I think we put some type of a cap on it because they have the technology. They can like disallow people from being Uber drivers, right? They can just shut off their ability. There's ride sharing. I'm gonna stop saying Uber. I'm really sorry. Like ride sharing ability, like these companies have the ability to shut that off. So they could definitely limit it. Or you have like a little bit more of a rotating schedule. Like you can only do it for 15 days of the week.
That's not a bad idea either. Yeah.
I don't have the answers, but I know we have a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm open to people sharing what those potential answers could be. And especially like the ride sharing companies out there, like, the city, though, does need to come up, like Airbnb was running out of control. Mm-hmm. They put in licensing for that. It's somewhat fixed the problem. It's not perfect, but we've got a little bit of a solution happening there. Let's now look at traffic and these ride sharings because it's not just cars. Now we have these e-scooters, e-bikes, these one-wheel thingies. You see those things? They look so dangerous.
Wait, one wheel?
Yeah, man. They're riding on one wheel.
Like a unicycle?
It's not a unicycle. It's like a battery-powered one-wheeler. And it just
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're on both feet. It's like a fat tire.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
One wheelie thingy. Dude, these guys are decked out in like
they fly.
They fly.
Yeah, they don't slow down.
I got 4 wheels and I'm scared to go over a bump. And these guys are whoa. I'm like, dude, all it takes is one twig and you're done.
Yeah.
So we need to look at this a little bit closer and really have some conversation around how many people we're allowing to drive on the roads in Ubers. And do we have an efficient amount or do we have an oversupply of ride-sharing vehicles on the road?
Yeah.
That's the smartest way to put it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
That's well put.
Thank you. Yeah. It's just, I'm very perplexed that there's not any conversations around it whatsoever. It's kind of like a free-for-all.
Yeah.
And I almost have this theory that most of the Uber drivers operating the city aren't even from the city. They're from the outskirts coming in to do the work. And that's fine. There's no judgment on that. But let's like have a better system where we're efficiently using these ride sharings to improve the flow of traffic. Because there's a need for that.
Yeah.
And I'm all for affordability. But like, have you hopped in a cab lately? It's a lot cheaper than an Uber.
That's the thing is the price difference is not the same as it used to be.
That's right.
So it's now turned into just the convenience of tapping something on your phone and having a car show up as opposed to the price. Because before it was all about the price.
And Uber was the cheaper option.
Way cheaper.
Not anymore, bud.
Yeah.
Surge pricing, forget about it.
It's over, yeah.
Where are you going? $140 to travel downtown. Like, I'll stay home. I don't want to go out that bad. But anyhow, Uber, or ride sharing is, I think, one place that we need to really start to take a look at.
All right. So ride sharing. We have, so that's one. Mm-hmm. Potential solutions. Tax your way through it, limit the amount of people who are allowed licenses, maybe limit days, and
combination of all of the
combination. Yeah, maybe location.
Yeah,
specific.
But let's start with a task force to look at this.
Yeah,
like baby steps. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I'm aware of. And please, if I'm wrong, tell me because I want to help this task force come up with a solution because it's. I believe truly that traffic is like the life force. It's the blood of the city. It gets the body moving. You need flow. We don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse. And there's no solutions in place.
Yeah. Nobody's really looking at it.
Yeah. And then we're bringing 400,000 people a year into the country.
Yeah.
Fine. No problems there. But where is everyone going to go?
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
Anyhow.
All right. So let's go to problem number 2.
All right.
We're going to talk about, and I've read your notes in the past. Yeah. So we're going to talk about road closures.
Yeah.
Terrible situation with road closures. There's obviously a ton of construction in the GTA.
Yep.
We're building more than ever. So there's going to just be, the place looks like it's constantly it's just orange pylons everywhere you go.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I think we really need to take a plan of action to figure out how to route people around these things prior to the actual road closures.
Yeah.
It's constant. It's getting much worse.
Yep.
And you're constantly just going back down to one lane 90% of the time, or just having to reroute yourself.
And how many times do you cross a site where there's no one working it?
Yeah. It's just pylons.
That's got to be illegal.
Yeah.
Like, or create a type of system where you maybe add bonuses if work can be done quicker, or you hold back payment if it's done longer. There needs to be some form of, like the horse and the carrot, some type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like system of awarding them for moving it quicker.
Yeah.
Bathurst and Dundas, when you're going north, dude, it's been like this empty pylon sitting thing for months.
Yeah.
And every time I drive by, I'm like, just let there be someone there. This will help me with my anger. And there's no one there. I'm like, whoa, I hate inefficiencies. So we do have departments. Obviously, like the city does have something there. It's just the communication seems to be really lacking.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of these construction companies have the run of the mill with what they want to do.
Yeah.
They throw out pylons. And it's so stupid how we are as humans. An orange pylon, 2 feet high. It's like, it's the be all God. It's Thanos. It's like, it's a pylon. Can we not just move it? I'm so tempted to be like, move your pylons. You're not doing anything, right? But anyhow, it's a whole other tangent. My point I'm making is like, we need better communication with efficiencies in construction sites.
Yeah.
Something, please help us.
Communication even in general, or just like organization of what projects hit at certain times that are, maybe there's just organization with what's hitting when, in terms of like when the pylons come out.
I think at the core, they do have that conversations because I've seen it. I know that there's departments in the city and I know people who are working for it. So I know that it's there, but I think it's like on paper and in reality, there's a disconnect.
Right.
And once the construction companies are on the jobs, well, whatever the plan was, we're just going to do our thing.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I don't know. I think Bradford did a traffic SAR. Is that the right word?
SAR?
Like it's spelled like CZAR.
Cesar.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, have like some head of traffic to like whose core job is to improve efficiencies and then show us the data.
Yeah. Right.
Like I want to see that traffic has reduced by this amount, that amount. And like, let's work on that. Right.
Right.
And now we get into like the old school problems of like the FedExes and the Canada Post dropping their trucks everywhere and anywhere. I often take Bathurst down to get into the city from Midtown, and Bathurst, just north of St. Clair, dude, without fail, there is always at least one delivery truck sitting there without fail. What would it take to have a traffic ticket guy just there ready to go? And don't get me wrong, like I know these companies just go to the city hall and get it all paid off for, but like then introduce heftier fines.
Right.
I don't know, like, and then can we use that money to better improve our roads?
Yeah. 100%. Like these are the type of things that we need we need these funds for making things better.
I'm missing something here. Like, we have a lack of money in the city. Okay, let's generate a shit ton of money by taxing and ticketing these people who are breaking the rules, improve traffic flow, take that money and make the roads better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't think this is a hard problem. I just think it's not talked about enough, and there's not like a strategy in place to implement some of these things and really take a hard look at it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they want traffic to be bad. I don't know.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
I think about that too sometimes. Like, is the goal maybe to make traffic bad, to make more people take transit?
I mean, maybe, but you know what another good solution would be in that case is to have better transit systems in place.
And you're spit my coffee out there. Thank you. That's exactly. I have no problem taking transit if it worked well.
Yeah. 90% of the time you're taking a bus because something's broken down or something has stopped the transit. We also only have 2 lines trying to get the
millions
LRT
of people up and down.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's really brutal. And like we're one of the only cities that has we're so overpopulated and have
Underserviced.
yeah, completely underserviced. There should be way more, at least south of Bloor, there should be really just way more to get around from neighborhood to neighborhood.
And I have a solution for that. We'll get into it. But like one thing I want to say about the TTC and the subway system in particular, sad enough to say, a lot of the delays are caused if someone jumps on the tracks and there's suicide.
Yeah.
Like we need a barrier system. Create a barrier system that opens up. I don't care what the cost is really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, tender it out, get a good price. I'm all for that stuff, but it's a necessary thing we need.
Yeah.
If it could prevent suicides, if it could increase the efficiencies,
yeah.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, I know.
You hear all the, like these $100 million budgets being thrown at this and this and this, and it's necessary, but this is really necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an ongoing problem that's been around for
ages.
Yeah.
Ages. Yeah.
And like, we're not even, one death should have been enough to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Not including the thousands that have probably occurred.
Yeah.
I'm heated right now.
Yeah.
My blood pressure on my Apple Watch. All right. So you said something about getting the downtown moving quicker.
Yeah.
So this is another theory. And I want to be very clear. I have no background in traffic. I might be talking out of my derriere and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm open to have this discussion. But like, if you look at the major arteries of Avenue, Yonge, Bathurst, all the north and south ones,
yep.
There's one lane for parking. That lane is also shared with probably a dime lane for traffic, for buses and taxis. And technically only one lane for residential or pedestrian transit to go up and down.
Right.
One. What? Oh, and now we're going to sprinkle in some bike lanes and some parking.
There's no room. There's no room for it. Yeah.
So what I would kind of want to see studied is maybe we do like no parking whatsoever on the main arteries. We identify, like Melbourne has this thing called the CBD, the Central Business District.
Yeah.
And London has one too, a very similar thing. And maybe you do pay a very small toll to access that CBD.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah.
No, like not just pickup trucks. Like there's this, pickup trucks are the problems. Yeah, they're also the guys building the city. Mm-hmm. They need their trucks. But put a toll up where if you want to come in, a small toll, maybe 50 cents.
Yeah.
Remove parking from all the major arteries. Open up parking with meters on every side street.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. 100% agree with you. And it's once again, you're collecting fees. And these fees, maybe even the tolls can be only during rush hour moments.
Sure.
Because it's not, I mean, mind you, it is a lot of the day, but yeah, you could just set it to a section of time as well to limit things.
Or like if tolls scare people, well, we wouldn't have that conversation. Let's just put the toll idea aside for a second.
Yeah.
Put paid parking on every side street. Yeah. No free parking downtown.
Yeah.
But make it cheaper. Make it 25 cents an hour because you're going to have more volume of people using it. So it's not going to hit the pocketbooks as hard. Yeah. We're going to generate more based on the volume. It's opening up the major arteries for traffic to flow north and south, east and west, and generating income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
City planning. You should go into city planning.
No.
You might have a heart attack by the time you're a couple years from now.
So so my wife works at city planning.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know it.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
literally does. But city planning isn't actually like the traffic flow. There's a whole other department that kind of deals with that type of stuff. And I have no desire. I just want to complain about it and hopefully people listen and we can have a conversation to get something going there. But like on the idea of generating money to put back into the roads and to improving the sidewalks and all those other fun things, those that are caught breaking the law, throw the book at them. None of these $50 tickets, $2,000.
Oh, all right. You're clearing it up.
You want to see how quickly people
no one will
correct
touch
their habits?
That. Yeah,
right?
No one will touch that.
Stiff penalties like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect your insurance, but if you're caught doing, slowing down a lane of traffic, you're getting hit with a $2,000 fine, buddy.
Yeah, that'll nobody will be parking illegally.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's that comedian, I don't know which one it was, but he's like, if you want to fix gun violence, don't take away guns.
Make the bullets really expensive.
The bullets really expensive. I'm like, funny, but also true.
Yeah.
You want to break the law in traffic and slow down the arteries, you're going to pay.
Yeah, yeah.
And watch how quick the FedExes and the Canada Post of the world correct their behaviors.
And I've seen a couple of them drive around with tickets on their windshield.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. I don't know if this is true, but like the rumor I heard, I'm full of rumors, is literally like they don't care because they get a massive break when they present it to whoever they bring it to.
Ah, okay.
There's something there where they're not paying those tickets.
Right.
And it's like the world we live in has changed so much in 50 years. Go 20 years back. Now we have Amazon deliveries being such a prevalent part of our life, meal delivery services. And I'm okay with the evolution of those things, but now we need to look at the traffic side of it and adapt with it and come up with new ways. It can't be, sorry, traffic.
Yep.
It should not take you an hour to get from the east to the west side of the city.
No, it's too short. It's too short a spurt for that much time.
Right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm all for opening up the roadways to all forms of transportation, from walking to those one-wheeled things, bikes, cars, delivery trucks. There's a place for all of them, but we need to have a strategy to get this city moving better.
It needs to flow better. Yeah. Yeah. Can I talk about my pie in the sky ideas?
Oh, buddy, I'm all for pie in the sky ideas.
Because I got straight budgetless ideas. Okay?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to start with the gardener. Actually, this one's not a crazy budget one.
Okay.
But I think this would be a good idea, especially for somebody that took the gardener 7 days a week back in the day. And it was always like you'd be stuck on one side of the highway, you'd be in parked traffic for an hour, and you'd see the other side just flying by. So what my first idea is to make reversible lanes on the gardener and just open up the entire gardener so that you'd be able to, at certain times of day when rush hour hits, all flow of traffic moves one way.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And same thing on the opposite side.
Like how Jarvis is, how they have the lights.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah. So you're able to at least move the flow, that congestion of flow that everyone's going into the city for work and then away from the city for work all at the same times. Maybe we can open up more lanes to allow that.
So that's such a good idea. And that could really apply to all parts of like this congestion that we have, is like have a more live control over the flow of traffic instead of it being at the mercy of just random times during the day.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of open up arteries and close them as necessary.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Actually, that's not even a bad idea for even like you said, the main arteries in general. Yeah. That's actually a good idea across the board. Because when you're stuck in that side and you're seeing the other side of you fly by, just the cartoon, atom bomb goes off.
Yeah. I've never thought of that. That's a really good concept. I mean, would it be hard to implement?
No, it wouldn't be expensive. And we're already doing it in certain spots. So like, why not do this a little more, I guess, intensely, or like intensify the idea of it.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to just more of a conversation needs to be had about traffic and not just the idea of, oh, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. But no, we can fix this, man.
Yeah.
Okay, me and you can fix this.
Yeah.
What else you got? That was good.
Yeah, that's my first one. The second one I have is, this is now, we're talking like budget.
Okay.
But same thing when it comes to building more under.
Go preach.
So, I mean, if we're collecting these fees, I know the expenses are going to be crazy, but we can dig deep and dig deep and dig deep. The gardener has one layer to it, and then Lakeshore, which is already one round of, but you can continue going lower and lower and figure out a way to do underground from east to west.
Yeah.
There's only two highways that go east to west in the city, 401 and Gardner. It's the top or the bottom. If you want to get anywhere in the center, you are absolutely screwed.
Yep.
So take the existing roads and the existing arteries and just build lower. That's my idea. Dig those tunnels.
I'm with you. I know it's going to be incredibly expensive and all those other fun things. And maybe there's like geo reasons why they haven't done that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, like close to the lake, I get it. Maybe there's water that hits at a certain point.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I mean, like tunnels have been dug before. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Probably something that a lot of people have thought about, but
budget is
something that helps. Yeah.
But I'm not against that. I think like, let's explore that a little bit further and see. And as technologies advances, it's probably going to get cheaper to be tunneling.
Yeah.
And that might be the future. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's just got to get things moving, especially and this is what my concern is. Like, it's bad now, but it's going to get so much worse if these conversations don't start happening and action isn't taken to move the flow of it.
Yeah.
Ray Dalio says like, it's efficiencies and it's productivity that move a country or a society ahead. And that's what I'm really thinking about. Like, we don't have those efficiencies and the productivity happening. We're stuck in traffic 2 hours to get to a doctor's appointment. That's your whole day gone.
Yeah, I know.
That's taking someone out of their work would be productive and
yeah. So is the idea just like, how do we keep people, I mean, the idea, there's the two concepts to it, which is figure out ways to open things up more, or figure out ways to get people to not drive more and take transit.
And I think the no drive more is the big thing that's preached about in the city.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, but it's not the be all solution. Some people, like, I can totally get around on a bike.
Yeah.
But if I had a child and 3 kids, it would be tough. The city's not set up for that type of lifestyle. And don't compare us to Holland and Amsterdam. I've been there.
Yeah.
It's built different.
Yeah, I was going to say, so like, even when it comes to bike lanes, we're a city that crammed in bike lanes after the fact.
Thank you.
We weren't ones that set up the community to incorporate these off the hop.
Right.
So it makes it very difficult to get around. And like, to be honest with you, riding a bike, let's say on the Beltline Trail, sounds fantastic. Riding a bike on a major road in the city, actually, period, I won't do it.
I did it once.
It's way too dangerous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did the loop from Dufferin and Lawrence to the lake to Yonge Street, back up and across. Like no joke, 5 times I nearly died.
Yeah, no question.
And I was like, never doing this again.
No chance. I've seen it actually happen. I've seen a bicycle accident happen. I was front row seats to it. And I will never, you cannot convince me that the roads are safe enough to bike on.
Yep. The infrastructure's not set up.
No.
And they're trying, but like you have a bike lane that just randomly ends.
Yeah.
There's no connectivity. And maybe that's a work in progress. I hope it is. But really we need I think traffic needs to be just as important as housing affordability is. Agree
with you. And one more piece I'll add to this, because when I saw that happen, I actually was like, I think that I don't know, this is not practiced in other countries, but like if you are going to ride a bike on a major road, I believe that there should be some type of license that needs to get and I say this because bicycles as well, they don't follow rules of the road.
Sure.
There's no real rules to be followed. I mean, it's kind of like there is, but there isn't when you're on a bicycle. So it just leads for a lot more just dangerous traffic routes in general.
I know it's a tough talking point when you start talking about licensing.
I know it's fair enough,
but it's not wrong, and it doesn't need to be an exorbitant amount. And like on bike safety, I think helmets should be mandatory right across the board.
Yeah.
Like I always wear a helmet when I ride my bike. I don't care if I look like a nerd.
Yeah.
I don't care because your head, man. Like,
no,
I've spent times in the ER for other things, and like the most common thing that people were coming in for was falling off their bike without a helmet.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, like, whenever I ride my bike, I always put it on. That should be mandatory. I think maybe some form of insurance should be, if not licensing, some form of insurance, because if a cyclist causes an accident, where do you go to?
Yeah.
Right. Something like that. And again, I'm very conscious, not an exorbitant amount, but if there's enough people doing it, like, I don't know, that could be some form of solution.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that should be closer looked at, especially like with the e-bikes that are more prone, more faster to these type of accidents.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole thing is like, you know, if you're making a right turn on a bike, the way that our bike lanes are set up in general, they're all over the place, right? You're either kind of like straight up on the road with the cars, or there's a separate lane for you. And I think that we just need a better understanding of how to utilize these things when you're making more at intersections, I think is what I'm talking about.
What I'm visualizing, picture this: you're downtown, you're about to turn right, you the driver, and there's that green lane for the cyclist to turn.
Yeah.
Dude, I checked 27 times. Check. Because I'm like, they're going to come out of nowhere. Yeah, 100%. And I'm so scared of one day like T-boning someone. Like, you try to be so careful. Yeah, I agree. That there's got to be a better setup of there, whether it's like a curved lane for them or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
To divide the car. I don't know, man. And that's the thing. It's like, we need bikes. All right, here's bike lanes. Yeah. But it's not like a thought out plan. It's just like, let's paint it green. There you go. You have a bike lane. All right, well, I could still die.
Yeah.
Can you make it a little bit more thought out and safer? And there's been improvements. I will say this. But again, I think it's just making traffic the number one top 3 topics that need to be discussed when living in the city or making the city a better place.
Yeah.
It's not talked about enough.
No.
How do you feel about those green pea parking places?
Like parking lots?
Yeah.
I mean,
any beef with them? I have beef. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's fair. What's your beef with them?
I don't like the inconsistency of pricings in different parts of the city. And I think it should be one set price right across the board, but have more of them, like I was alluding to earlier.
Yeah.
Put those bad boys everywhere. I think the fact that you could pay on your phone is a great enhancement.
Yeah.
The app sucks now. It's a lot harder to use, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And make a monthly pass available.
I like it.
How much would you pay a month to park anywhere in the city?
Oh man, I already pay way too much. I do the $20, the $15 for,
the top up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the top up. Like I do the green peas, when I hit a green pea, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because those I can just do little increments.
Yeah.
But it's the public parking places that kill you.
Oh, the one set amount you pay.
Flat fee.
Those yellow sign ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
those are the ones that kill you.
Yeah. No, I don't like those ones.
And I always try to reason with the guys. Whoever's behind it.
They are tough negotiators.
Yeah, 100%.
They need real estate licenses.
Yeah.
They need to join the Toronto Olympics team. I know exactly what you mean in those scenarios. I would pay $800 a month for an unlimited parking pass.
$800 a month.
I know that's a lot.
That is a lot.
But it has to be a lot because people would overuse the system.
Yeah.
So I think 800-ish is a good amount.
A month.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it every
I don't know if I'd go that hard.
I wouldn't do it every month. I know. So then the other option is fine. You could pay per street. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the luxury of that is you could literally park wherever you want. And the benefit is if we're going to put parking on paid parking on every side street, this is also your monthly parking pass.
I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 800 is I mean, I don't spend 800 on parking. So when I hear 800, I'm like, well, I won't touch that budget.
Yeah. You know how much I pay a year for green pay parking? Because I do my accounting. I know how much I pay. I pay about probably $650 a year.
Really?
So I know my amount is exorbitantly higher than I would use. But I think that's what it's got to be. And there will be people who pay for it and use it.
I believe people will do it. Yeah.
Maybe 500. Maybe I'm shooting for the stars. But that would be an okay concept that I think should be explored further.
Yeah. No, I like it.
More paid parking. And like, stop with these stupid signs of like no parking the 1st to the 15th, April to November.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah. Do we know why that exists?
I have a theory. Okay. So I grew up on a street that had that. Yeah. So and the purpose is so you don't, and like just a theory, you don't pile snow in the wintertime. One side doesn't get hammered with the snow all the time. It splits it up.
Okay. I was assuming it had to do with snow.
Something to do with fairness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fairness.
Fairness of parking on either side.
Yeah. So odd. Yeah. It's an odd one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know if it's real. But.
Yeah. It always is 20 minutes of me trying to figure out which side I should park on, unless I just look at the other cars.
Yeah. Listen, if there's any parking enthusiasts or traffic people out there who listens to this beautiful podcast, I'm going to find someone who knows more about this stuff and maybe test our theories against them and figure out like why this hasn't been done or
okay.
Yeah. I'm going to find this person.
All right.
They exist.
They definitely exist. Yeah.
Lurking on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm going to find you, bring you on this podcast, make you great coffee. I feel a little bit better.
The venting is,
it helped.
It's coming to fruition.
Yeah. I like that. Sometimes just getting it out of your head and onto the airwaves goes a long way. How do you feel? How do you feel today, John?
I feel all right.
Out of 10, what are you feeling?
Oh, I'm a good 8 today.
8.
I'd say.
What would bring you up to a 9? Your pear juice?
My pear juice will. Yeah, no question.
You like pear juice?
Yeah. Mars Diner Grand Slam breakfast.
We need to do that. Yeah.
Are you joining me?
I'm joining you. I'm joining you.
You got to get it exactly how I get it though.
Okay, I'll order it. I don't know if I'll finish it. I'll try.
All right.
I used to be a beast when it came to food.
Yeah.
But again, once you hit 35, things start happening.
I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to see how it goes because I'm already falling apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to hold me accountable to the food or
to the 35?
Oh,
yeah. At the 35 mark, we'll see what I do. I thought I would be stopping by now, but I'm still going.
Yeah, so did I at 31. I laughed in the face of danger. Age will not stop me. 35, and I'm like, I'm falling apart. You'll see tomorrow when you got that hangover that you can't shake off.
Oh, God. Yeah. Actually, that's extended. That's like a 3-day thing.
That's just the start of it, bud.
Yeah.
Wait till our old friend AR. Wait till acid reflux starts kicking in, bud.
When I edit this, I'm going to boost your mic.
All right. This has been great. This has been fun. Thank you for listening. Any shout outs?
Do you have any? I don't think I have any.
If Christina and Jason are still listening, they're probably going to listen on their honeymoon. Hope you weren't mad that I shared that beautiful story about you guys. But it's so endearing because like I know Jay loves her a lot, and it's so funny that she thought like, is this the end? Meanwhile, it was just the beginning. So shout outs to you guys. Hope you have a beautiful day today. We got blue skies up there. Hope it continues for them.
Yeah. Actually, shout out to Dan and Roxy too. The bachelor party I met to. The guys. Can
we share that?
Yeah.
Dan, my relationship to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan bought my apartment.
Yeah.
So I always think about them, Dan and Roxy.
So I'm actually headed to your old apartment.
Oh, amazing.
After this, yeah.
I'm so coming. What time are you going to be there?
I'm going at 12. Actually, I'm going as soon as we're done this.
Jay lives next door.
Does he actually?
Yeah. Not to their unit, but he's there. He's in that complex.
Are you going there? No, it's wedding day for you. It's not like
I'm not chilling with him. The bride's getting ready right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's not a bachelor party. This is like the wedding.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
Yeah.
We've had the fun. Now it's time for the business to happen.
Yeah.
I might be going there for the first look, but it's going to be like a little bit later in the day.
All right.
Maybe I'll see you.
Oh, we're going to see each other.
We'll be by the fountains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're doing pictures.
I'm not even part of it.
Sorry, they're doing pictures.
Yeah. I got to get ready. I got to do my hair. I don't think I'm going to be there in time because I'm growing it out now, as you could see.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little haircut. Wow. If you're still listening, thank you for paying attention to our personal lives.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about next week?
Good question. What are we talking about next week?
I'm going to leave it up to you, man. It's your topic time. I've been talking too much.
All right. I'm going to think of something.
It's a Joey hour next week.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'm down. And then I go to Portugal. Do you want to podcast while I'm away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, a Zoom?
Yeah. We'll do the Riverside.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh, I'm going to see you on vacation, Mark.
Do I have to wear a shirt?
No, absolutely not.
Yes.
If you don't wear a shirt, I'm not wearing a shirt either.
Socks and shirts are the two things I hate, baby. My wife kind of wishes I wore both, but YOLO. All right. Great podcast. Awesome. Happy Saturday. Shouts out to all the lovers. Get married. Bachelor party it up.
Yeah.
Love heals all. You like that?
That's good. That's
all
good.
Right.
All
Peace. Right. Thanks for listening to the Toronto Livings Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.